see, and happy Tuesday to you. Yesterday, as we engaged into what it is the Lord has for us in the Sermon on the Mount, we started talking about trying to identify the different areas of our life where we have had significant struggles, significant frustration that is directed towards the area of justice in our own lives. That there are people that we feel frustration towards, anger towards, for whatever reason. And prayerfully, we went into a time of contemplating who are these people and writing them down, trying to create an inventory of the people in our lives that we might truly take into account some of the things that we're fighting. And for this, we wanted to set aside time to prayerfully consider all that the Lord has for us, so that today we might practice some forgiveness. Practice getting into the space where I can see the person instead of the pain that they've caused me. I can see the human instead of the hurts that they have brought into my life. And so in doing so, now that we have a list of frustrations in front of us, and if you haven't created that list, I highly encourage that, because this week, or today especially, we're going into practicing forgiveness. And if we haven't taken the time to really consider, okay, who are the people in my life right now that I am struggling with, then the practice of forgiveness is missing some of that intentionality of considering who and what I am forgiving. But if we have our list, if we have these things, and it could be one person that you're struggling with right now, whoever the Lord brought into mind, or it could be a bunch. If it's a ton, if you notice that list is really kind of escalating and growing larger and larger, this is where we would encourage you to really consider bringing this to a trusted pastor or counselor to start working through the big things in your life that you need forgiveness for. But if it's an opportunity right now before you to start that forgiveness, here's how we want to start that journey. I want you to, and us to, take into account the things that have happened, the things that have been done to us. And I want you to write a letter to the person who has hurt us, who has hurt you. And write in there your forgiveness for them. Now, you might not mean it, but so long as you're endeavoring to get to the point where you do mean it, then you are practicing forgiveness. Sometimes forgiveness is a one and done thing. All of a sudden, the Lord gives us peace and serenity, and we can let something go. Sometimes forgiveness is something that needs to be practiced. I heard it described this way one time, that forgiveness sometimes is like a scab that is needing to be cleaned continuously. And every morning when we wake up, we have to get in there and we have to work to say, I choose to forgive today, despite the fact that there's still dirt in here, there's still muck, there's mire in my life that is holding me back. Despite it all, I choose to forgive. And then the next day you might wake up and again you feel this pain and frustration, and we have to fight and pull and clean and get whatever we can out, so that again we are practicing forgiveness. Because in all the instances of Jesus speaking in the Sermon on the Mount on retaliation, he's saying not, right, allow somebody to continue to use you as a doormat, but to do what you need to so that they see you as a human being. But if we haven't forgiven them, if we haven't gotten to the point where we see them as a human being, then we're going to have a really hard time extending that radical generosity that Jesus talks about. So I encourage for you today, consider how I am going to work to forgive the people on this list. And I will write down a letter to them, forgiving them. If for no other reason, then I choose to walk by faith that someday the words in this letter will be a reality in my life. and I no longer have to carry the burden of pain and frustration when I'm around them. And then submit it to God. There might be an opportunity for you to then bring this letter and talk to real people. Not that you need to read a letter to everybody you write, but that you should consider, is this something that I can bring to them so that they can know how I feel and how it needs to be handled? In fact, if you want to go back to some of our sermon series, we have recently been through a sermon series on handling conflict in relationship. Dig into some of those. Look through the techniques that are provided there so that you can have safe conversations. But ultimately, the road to radical generosity over retaliation begins with beautiful love and forgiveness. And we want to act this out in our lives because Jesus first chose to forgive us instead of allowing us to face the consequences of our own actions. And that is how he changed the world. And so I encourage for you today, if there's somebody in your life that there's something holding on to you still, let's practice forgiveness. Even if it's just the beginning of the journey to someday you will feel that forgiveness take hold in your life. Start now, because the journey of 1,000 steps begins with a single step. So today I pray for you all. I pray that you might practice forgiveness, that you might feel it radically in your life, or at very least that the Lord might make his presence known to you, to all of us, as we seek to walk in forgiveness, to walk in the radical love and generosity that Jesus Christ showed to us when he died on the cross for us. Amen. Thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow.